Yo, what is up, guys? Shinobi here, back again with another video for you guys. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about something kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, not really. I'm gonna be real. It's just people arguably cheating. I would say, in my opinion, based on the clips I've seen. Anybody who doesn't know the context of this, it's like the biggest drama in Battlefield 6 at the moment, if you even can call it that. Somebody on, well, you can see it on screen right now, has basically been accused of cheating on Battlefield 6. Like, it looks like they're using aimbot because their aim is really good, like extremely good, but big people are kind of looking at it and it's like, okay, well, we haven't seen this person in tournaments, not to mention because this person does have a hand camera to show their hand moving around, what, like, you know, everything like that. They look at the hand camera and they look at what's going on the screen and it ain't matching up. Bunch of stuff going on. He might show some clips. Me personally, until we can see him, unless we see like official news talking about him cheating, it's up in the air. It's really up to interpretation. Me personally, I think there's a chance he could be cheating. There's a chance that he could not. Who knows? Who knows? And then on top of that, well, he's probably going to talk about, but a lot of virtue signaling and shit, because apparently this person is part of the trans community. So there's a lot of that, you know, nonsense going on as well. But hey, you already know the drill. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. And by the way, this is kind of outdated because I'm pretty sure they've been unbanned at this point.
Dealing with a messy situation where a Twitch streamer is being accused of cheating in the Battlefield 6 beta, and after one of their tweets containing the footage went viral, people were accusing them of cheating. Eventually they were banned and unbanned on Twitch, and now there's a big narrative shift over the past 24 hours where now people are trying to accuse those who allege that cheating.
Yeah. Basically, for anybody who doesn't know, this is the same shit that was happening back in like 2023. Whenever you call out one of the people in the trans community, and then what people would basically do is virtue signal on Twitter and say, oh, if you say this person's bad for doing bad stuff, you're transphobic. It doesn't really matter now. Nobody gives a fuck about all the name calling and all that shit. Like, nobody's playing that game no more. But it's gone from basically talking about the cheating, which is the original conversation, to now, oh, if you think this person's cheating, you're transphobic. It's like, it's a bunch of bullshit going on right now. That's all I see it. It's a bunch of bullshit going on, but it is entertaining, to say the least. It is entertaining because the entertaining portion is people trying to virtue signal on Twitter as if that's going to get you brownie points or some shit. Me personally, I think there's a chance that this person could be cheating, but until we can get some official something, then it's up in the air. Once again, the big thing that kind of makes me think that this person is cheating, if they do show the gameplay, is that their mouse movement doesn't line up with what they're doing. Like, it's one of those things where he'll be shooting at one guy, boom, he'll snap his mouse to another guy immediately. And that's not the weird part. The weird part is there's no overcorrection, there's no nothing. There's no nothing. And there's one clip where he does this, where he'll shoot at one person, knock him out, and then his mouse will automatically track to another person who's in a building, but his view is blocked by a rock. So he'll shoot up the rock for a little while and then shoot the guy in the building. That's the one thing that kind of that makes me think he's cheating. And the fact that it aims at the same place every single time. It's always dead on. And I know that that's not easy to do, and it could be trained. People have done this before, but you can tell. You can tell. It looks kind of weird, but maybe once again he'll show some clips. Me personally, I'm kind of on the he's kind of cheating thing, but once again, until he gets banned from Battlefield, even though apparently there's already a lot of people cheating in that game anyways, then we really won't know, or unless we see like some blatant shit. But right now, it's kind of up in the air. Me personally, I'm kind of leaning towards the he might be cheating side. But overall, the whole thing is dumb, especially since people are virtue signaling and trying to use the whole transphobic bullshit as usual. Which, once again, right now ain't working because nobody gives a fuck about that right now. Like, people are clowning people trying to do that shit.
And we're seeing people, including Vtubers, being canceled
attempting to be canceled. Attempting to cancel them. Nobody's gotten canceled by this shit as far as I've seen. There's not been some big giant outrage with one streamer or VTuber that's getting dogpiled on, like with the whole Hogwarts Legacy bullshit.
this situation or having something to say about it. Now, where does all of this begin? Well, it begins with this Twitch streamer named Riley. In their location of their bio, you can see she, her, right? That'll be important for later.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
Posted this.
Like, look at that. Look how fast that snap
Battlefield
is.
6 beta, and you can see it went viral. Okay, 51 million views on a random tweet sharing footage like this with.
That's insane. And once again, it's doable, comments. But like, there's no overcorrection or anything. Okay, here's the clip right here. Here's the clip right here. So what's gonna happen here is he's gonna kill this person or whoever, or he, she. I hate this shit. Whatever. Riley's gonna kill this person right here, and then watch how it snaps to the next player. But he's gonna aim at a rock. He's gonna aim at a rock. Watch this. Boom. Look at that. Look at that.
There's a narrative.
Look at that. He immediately snapped to the next player.
Where you have one saying.
He immediately snapped to the next player and started shooting at a rock before he started shooting, and he kills the next guy after that. He immediately snaps to the person that's right behind him in this building right here, and boom. Already knows where he's at. That's the one thing that's throwing everybody off when it comes to this shit. Because I saw this too, and I was like, what the fuck? Nah. Like, this clip gives it away dead ass, in my opinion. That's why I'm on the side of this person's probably cheating. Because how do you go from boom to you already aiming at the next person who's behind the rock? How? That's not, if that ain't a blatant sign of cheating, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I'm sorry. That's a dead ass giveaway. Because once again, the person that he's aiming at behind this rock is behind the rock. But because the rock is in the way, he's shooting the rock instead of shooting the person behind the rock. In the snap, once again, there's pro players that can do that kind of shit, but they still got to like aim adjust at least a little bit. A little bit. But him, it just snaps right to it. And in this case, this is a dead giveaway.
Good player with this 2-second clip right here. This one getting 7,000 likes. We also have this right here saying obvious aimbot at 13 seconds. This tweet having 100.
Yeah, no, the aimbot right there is literally
specific time
boom,
stamp. We'll play
right there, boom, and then watch that. Then yep, the player was right there. That's really bad.
That's really the
if that ain't aimbot, I don't know what is, bro. I'm sorry. This guy flicks to a guy behind a wall. Yeah. Guy literally flicks to a guy behind a rock immediately. And then that exact second, he drops his gun and is being lowered and then locks it immediately. That's another thing, too. Is if you look at this clip, right? That's another thing. If you look at this clip,
wow,
that's really
that's another dead giveaway. I didn't even think about that. So boom, right there, kills that dude. Then boom, hits this right behind the rock where the player is standing, drops his gun because he has to go and aim it, right? Look at that. Drops his gun, and then right back to it. Come on, bro. There's no way. That's impossible. Not even the pros are out there doing that kind of shit. Not even the pros are out there doing that shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can train your aim to be well on PC really well, and once again, we have people like Shroud, who are probably one of the best PC players out there. Obviously, he doesn't play competitive no more. But I'm sorry, there's no way. There's no way. That's impossible.
That's really the main
that is
part
impossible.
People are calling out right there. You can see this person saying, "Are we effing serious right now?" MF flicks to a guy behind a wall.
Like, do you know how insane that's gotta be to be able to pull that off? Like, how the fuck is this dude not on a team right now? How is this dude not playing competitive right now? I've never even seen this dude before. I've never seen or heard of this dude in any competitive shooter before. But yet, this dude's out here mogging people within a fraction of a second. I'm sorry, that's aimbot. That's aimbot. I didn't even think about that. Now I'm like seeing that again. Now that I've seen that clip again, there's no way that's not aimbot. There's no way that's not aimbot. No way. Because you got to think about this. Not only was he aiming at him already behind a rock and he shot the rock a couple of times, but then on top of that, he drops his gun to go around the rock, because obviously he's got to move. And then within a frame of a second, Boom, right to the guy where he was standing at. That is impossible. That is impossible.
Lowered, it locks to the guy that was right next to him and even hits him all within a frame.
That's impossible. Not even the pros are doing like that.
Legit. Here's another one from the Ackman saying posting gameplay of you cheating.
That is impossible.
Aren't is one of the cringiest things a gamer can do. And then you have another one with 74,000 likes saying, in quotes, I flicked that guy straight
That's
through the
impossible.
wall. Oopsie, end quote. Go F yourself. Now, of course, there's a very funny, like, side quest here where people were posting their own footage. And
see, that's a smart thing, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's smart. Like, taking advantage of the chaos of this situation to, like, put your name out there, that's smart. Unless you're cheating, too. But that's smart.
This one right here saying, I'm curious if Twitter thinks I'm cheating, too. And this would backfire because basically everyone would accuse them of cheating as well. Viral tweets like this going,
hold on,
yes,
go
you
back.
Are cheating. Those are not natural movements. Only someone willfully
Let me see
blind
this.
would think you're playing movements. Only some viral because basically everyone would accuse them of cheating.
Okay, yeah,
well.
now that's it.
Viral tweets
you know
like
what
this
gave it
going,
away?
Yes,
that's
you are
definitely cheating.
Those are not
you know what gave it away?
Cheating as well.
So
Viral
she kills one person right here, right? She kills one person right here.
Because basically everyone would accuse
kills another
them of
right there. She kills a person right
well.
there, and immediately snaps to another guy. Right? Immediately snaps to another guy. Look at that wall. Immediately snaps to the guy behind the wall. That's blatant cheating. That's that. Yeah. Anybody could look at this shit and say that's cheating. How the fuck are you snapping to a guy and he's behind a wall? Look at that. That's cheating.
Like this going, yes, you are cheating. Those are not natural movements. Only someone
that's cheating.
Willfully blind.
Snap to a wall? Nah.
Legitimately.
Y'all both cheating. That's crazy.
They would eventually post another clip shortly after saying, used a hand cam to prove I'm not cheating. Can't wait for week 2 of the Battlefield 6 beta. And the same thing would happen. People would
because his movements is not matching with his aim.
Pretty much double down and thought this was even more proof because they're claiming that the hand movements don't line up with what's played out on the screen. But we saw this comment. It would age very poorly where someone would tag Twitch support and say, hello, please ban this streamer for using aimbot. And then the streamer in question today would say,
no, that's blatant
Twitch
aimbot.
Usually only bans people who are
both
actually
of them
cheating for that.
Yeah, that wouldn't age well though, because got banned. Now here's the thing, that wasn't really Twitch banning them. That was more so people basically dogpiling because Twitch's systems is garbage. If enough people report you, then you will get banned. That wasn't Twitch banning him. That was a bunch of people reporting him to get banned because of cheating, and because of that he got banned. He's unbanned now, but
they would be banned on Twitch. And you can see this is a very simple headline here. Battlefield 6 cat boy cheater. The boy part will be relevant in a second.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Before this whole other nonsense that he's about to talk about came up, everybody thought he was a dude based off his voice.
And you can see 52,000 likes on this. A lot of people were very heavily invested in this situation. And then we would see some of the more vicious response starting.
Like, I didn't know about the whole transphobic bullshit until I hopped on Twitter, seeing this on, like, this was the first thing that popped up. And they all were talking about him being transphobic and shit. I'm like, oh my god, here we fucking go with this shit. Now, luckily, we're in 2025, so nobody gives a fuck about getting called racist, transphobic, and any of those other, what'd you call them, buzzwords anymore. Nobody cares about that shit. In fact, actually, if anything, they just play along with it. It's like, okay, well, now what? No, like, that shit don't work no more.
Narrative push that anyone who's recognizing
it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, I'm transphobic now, but that guy's still cheating, so what now?
The streamer of cheating, there's this new accusation of transphobia, including people who don't respect even the cat girl pronouns. You can see in response to that previous tweet we just looked at, this person says, blocking this account, but to go as far as saying cat boy when it's so obviously a woman is just a perfect example of how being trans gets you hate for no reason. The owner of Pirate Nation will be found in their apartment after weeks of decay, on March 22nd,
What?
2026.
What is bro yapping about? Like, what are you gonna do? Appear at his house? The fuck? Like, bro, I don't support hate towards anybody, but this is the reason why people don't take the trans community serious at all, or the LGBTQ community serious in any sense of the word, because they be doing shit like this, bro, on Twitter. Like, this is the bullshit, let alone the shit that people see in real life. This is why nobody takes that shit seriously. Like, ever since the whole Hogwarts Legacy bullshit, nobody's ever taken them serious.
A very obvious death threat, and they're doing this because the previous post labeled this person as a cat.
Like, every single time there's an issue, especially with the trans community, it's always immediately resort to death threats and calling people transphobic. It's never anything else. Like, the conversation wasn't even about the gender in the first place. The conversation was about them cheating. Like, what are we doing out here? But you already know, people got a virtue signal on Twitter for, I guess in this case, 8 likes. You got ratioed.
Girl. They got the wrong cat pronouns. And now this person believes they should
got ratioed.
Die.
242 comments, 17 reposts, and 8 likes. You got ratioed, brother.
Much support. 8 likes, 242 comments.
Like, you got, to make it even worse, 14K people saw that shit, and you only got 8 people to like it. Yeah, that shit ain't even a banger. Talk about first banger, brother. Your first banger, 40 comments, 2 reposts, and 2 likes. Banger. Yeah, right.
Wanted this person to reply
banger.
Saying, OMG, my first banger. Yes, you should be very proud. And they would make another follow-up saying, at the weirdos in my replies. You will cower in your hole until the day you die.
All right.
Okay.
A problem. This person needs to get off the freaking...
bit of a complex
Get
here.
off the internet.
Definitely
a lot of projection going on here.
Projecting a bit too, but anyways, eventually the Riley person would be...
You know what's crazy? Is everybody's going to forget about this. Like, the only person who's going to benefit from this is people like Riley, in this case, because of all the attention they're getting. That's the only person who's going to benefit from it. Because obviously you got some people who are going to take Riley's side and some people who are not. There was already a war about this before this whole nonsense started up. So the only person that's going to get something out of this is going to be Riley unless they actually get caught cheating. Because right now, the only thing that we got right now is the fact that he immediately shot... I mean, it's pretty blatant, but he snapped to a person behind a wall and started shooting and then killed the guy in a fraction of a second. But he didn't get banned yet for that. So that's like one big instance that we got right there. But it's like one of those things where it's like, unless we see him get banned by not only Twitch, but on top of that, Battlefield 6, then it's going to be one of those things that's kind of up in the air for a lot of people. Now, me personally, just based on what I've seen so far, especially in the clips we've seen in this video, I think he's cheating. There's no way you kill one person, snap to the person behind the wall, start shooting the wall a little bit, stop shooting, move your gun down so that you can go to the person behind the wall and then kill the dude in a fraction of a second. That's impossible.
It's about a 24-hour ban. And this is about the time you would see the Dexerto article that I showed.
Like, I believe, if I'm correct, somebody even asked Grok, which I don't know, people take that, like, which is the AI on X, if he was cheating or not. And then Grok even said that his hand movements ain't matching up with what he's doing on screen.
There's a lot of controversy, people accusing Dexerto
that shit, it doesn't matter.
And other people commenting on this of being transphobic if they continued to support the narrative that this person was cheating. But this is the headline. VTuber Riley CS has been banned from Twitch. Their Battlefield 6 clips had recently gone viral amid cheating allegations. So this use of their apparently is very controversial and reason to call Dexerto and anyone who uses this sort of language as
the fuck were you saying? That is literally what? There's no fucking way you're saying that using the word there. You're telling me that using the word there is transphobic now. Are y'all stupid? Oh my god. Y'all, this is why nobody takes y'all serious. Nobody. Because what are we fucking doing? Are we serious right now?
Over this shit's funny. Saying Dexerto using he/him or she/her.
That shit is funny.
Person is there in their recent posts, and then they theming the trans woman.
Nobody,
is
bro, what the
incredible
fuck?
Work. So
it says
this
there. That's a term for everybody. Shut the fuck up, please. Just stop. This shit is kid. This is literally 2022 and 2023 all over again, bro. Mostly 2022, but it's like this. Can we stop?
Person as they,
like, bro, can we stop with this shit?
To describe their clips.
Like, what does this got to do with the cheating?
I mean, I think it's very obvious what they're trying to say here, and that is the narrative.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Making for everyone. So if you use gender-neutral pronouns for someone who happens to be trans, I guess that is
Jesus Christ. Get a life.
And transphobic. Now let's go through some of the other quotes. This person saying Asmongold called for.
No, that's facts though. That's actually hilarious because there was that whole incident where Asmongold said something about the Palestinians or something like that, something about the Middle East, about some race in the Middle East, and he owned up to it and everything like that. Apologized, so he went too far. But even that ain't getting as much freaking traction as this bullshit.
42,000 likes. 42,000 sentient human beings. Or possibly
I mean,
bots.
that's another thing too. We can't even tell these are botted likes or not. I mean, you can tell, but at the same time, we don't know.
And number one makes a claim that Asmongold never made. I think everyone knows that was not the rhetoric or the exact wording he used, but this idea that this person got.
I mean, I don't believe it though. Here's the thing: Asmongold gets hit every single day. Like, yeah, he might have gotten less hate in that scenario, which even then that's questionable. But Asmongold in general, it's like one of those things that once you get to a certain height as a YouTuber or a person in general who has a lot of influence, you're gonna get hate in general because the consensus is that because you're already big, it's fine to hate on you because you're already big. Like, yeah, that's the consensus.
Whatsoever, the amount of hate Asmongold got when he was banned on Twitch for 2 weeks, which, by the way, he got 2 weeks. This person got 1 day. But anyways, here's another narrative people are pushing. This drama is so petty, like almost nobody would have cared.
No, let's fix that statement. Let's fix that statement. Y'all dumbasses made it this way. Because everybody still would have cared. The conversation was never about if she was trans or not. Or whoever the fuck this is. That wasn't even the conversation. The conversation was talking about if the person was cheating or not. Y'all brought up the trans bullshit like what normally happens whenever somebody like this gets caught in some controversy. Y'all brought up that shit. Let's get the record straight. Because before, all I saw was posts talking about the cheating allegations. Y'all the ones who pulled up the nonsense talking about if you think this person's cheating, you're transphobic. That's y'all brought that shit up, which is once again why y'all never get taken serious, because every single time there's a controversy with somebody in the trans community, let alone the LGBTQ community, then all of a sudden now you're transphobic or some bullshit ass phobic that y'all can pull out of your ass for some identity politics, virtue signaling on Twitter. Like, stop it, man. Let's be real. This was all about the cheating until y'all start coming in with this nonsense. And luckily, we are in the big year of 2025, so that shit ain't canceling nobody no more. Shit, it used to be that back in 2022, you got canceled by these people. You'd lose a job, you'd lose your career, and all that shit over this identity politics, nonsense. But now that nobody care about that no more. Nobody care. The companies don't care. They ain't pandering no more. Nobody care no more.
A lot of people who are accused of cheating in video games, especially while streaming, getting crazy amounts of attention.
Anytime there's any cheating in any big just FPS in general, there's always controversy. Always. It may not always be this huge, but there's always controversy, so stop it.
Narrative that none of this would have happened unless this person was trans. And here's one comment saying, banned for cheating in a game. Dude, what is Twitch? The head teacher or something? The ban should come from game devs, not
that ain't true. Because I'm pretty sure in some voice in Twitch's TOS, it says something about cheating in games and how you can get banned for that. If I'm correct. Especially when it comes to these FPS shooters and whatnot. If you're caught using aimbot and all that shit, you get banned for that. That's already happened before.
Which is pretty crazy. Again, we're going from, they were cheating to, oh, now we discover they're trans. Oh,
Yeah.
now the cheating doesn't even matter. Why would Twitch
Yeah,
ban
Twitch
them?
has
Well,
always
Twitch has
banned people who've been
people
cheating.
who are cheating.
Always.
And in this case, we didn't see the email. We didn't get any like actual expressed reason, just community guideline violations. So amidst the timing of when they were being accused of cheating and then the actual ban, you kind of put one and one together in the situation. At least Twitch thought that's what was going on. But here's another example of someone being canceled over this, and this time it's the Vtuber.
I don't never understand people who do this shit. I don't never understand people who do this shit, talking about, hey, Moots, a lot of you follow this person. Let's get a nice unfollow. Like, what's that supposed to do? Followers on Twitter don't mean really that much, first of all. And second of all, how did this person get canceled? I'm sorry, what? They don't look like they're canceled to me. Shit. And once again, I will never understand this. Telling other people, oh, I noticed that y'all follow this person. Let's unfollow them now. Like, what? Like, yeah, obviously the person's cheating, so you probably should unfollow them. But, like, I will never understand why people do this shit.
Screenshot's a little wonky because the tweets have been deleted. This is just
It's definitely not a
screenshot
misunderstanding, though. He was
As you
cheating.
can see underneath the Dexerto post, Camilla said, hope he never comes back. And then this person says, hey, Moots, mutuals on Twitter, a lot of you follow this person. Let's get a nice
Wait.
unfollow,
Are they
huh?
talking about this
So
person?
follow
Wait. So you're telling me that they're trying to tell this person to get... they're trying to tell their Moots to unfollow this person because they said this? Because he was cheating? Is that what I'm getting here? I was like, what? Are we kidding? What do you mean is this a misunderstanding? I think you don't know what the hell is going on here, bro. What the frick? Jesus Christ, man.
always lame. And they double down on it, saying, if this is a misunderstanding, then I'll delete
What the hell is
post.
going on here?
I hope it's a misunderstanding. And when people ask,
Okay, never mind. Okay, you're
say
just one of those,
transphobic.
the virtue signaling. All right, yeah. Why am I not surprised? Only people, now that I think about it, the people who be doing that kind of bullshit, talking about you need to unfollow that person, would be people who would do this nonsense. Like, here we go.
Saying, I hope he never comes back to a girl with a very obvious she, her in bio. And if she didn't know, why say that?
Bro, nobody
I don't
cares.
think most people, when they see like a viral tweet about like a random streamer accused of cheating, are going to find the person's bio.
Nobody
and check
cares
out
about
what
that shit in the
pronouns they
first
use.
place.
I think this was...
Nobody cares about that shit in the first place. And I'm going to be real, 9 times out of 10, the whole put pronouns in the bio shit was only used so that when you did something bad, then you would hopefully have the LGBTQ and trans community come to your side because you got that shit in your bio and protect you. That's the only reason people were doing that shit in the first place. And that was like a 2020 to 2022 thing. Now nobody gives a fuck. Like, literally nobody gives a fuck.
An innocent action by Camilla. I don't think Camilla had any idea what this person referred to themselves as, but people picked up the pitchforks. They're looking
They
for
ain't
a target
finding
to dunk
none.
on, and that's what happened. But eventually Camilla...
I apologizing for
saying,
shit,
"My
bro.
bad.
I don't care about
I
Twitter.
didn't know, I just
I
saw-"
don't. I could care less, bro. I do not give a fuck about Twitter. I ain't apologizing for shit. Because me personally, I'm not about to be going in everybody's bio talking about some he, she, they, them, and all that other nonsense. Especially since I don't live that reality in the first place. Like, I'm sorry. This is the real world, bro. I'm sorry. We ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that. I'm sorry. This is the real world. You can virtue signal on Twitter all you want, but we live in the real world. And in the real world, we're talking about how this person is cheating. All that other garbage don't even fucking matter.
A cheater, not anything else. I'm sorry. This user says, people assumed the worst out of you are mainly trying to find a person to dunk on. You should be good. And Camilla says, Twitter is a scary place. It is diabolical how fast I was accused of being a transphobe.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know
over a
why you
genuine
care if
mistake.
people call you that shit or not. I'm gonna be like, it does not matter. And these people will forget about you by tomorrow. Nobody cares. The only reason they act like they care is because they think they get some virtue signal points on Twitter.
Especially over the fact that I'm openly pansexual, which, I mean,
they would still
honestly,
cancel
they
you
would
anyways,
still
and that's another
cancel
thing.
you no
These
matter what,
types of
even if
people who be coming
they-
around talking about, oh, you're phobic this, you're racist that, they will always turn on their own. They are not loyal at all. Their morals and everything else can be flipped just like that. The shit is fake. It's all fake for freaking online cloud and bullshit. That's all it's ever been.
would view you as an ally normally. If you say something someone thinks is problematic,
It does.
that
It's just
all that
out the
stuff
window.
goes out the window. But you can see people didn't relent. This individual saying, really glad she apologized, but sadly the damage has been done, and this incident will definitely follow her VTuber career for a great while. Her friendship with certain controversial VTubers doesn't help her
Here we
case
fucking go.
either. No,
Unless you're
if not
terminally online, nobody
online,
cares.
You won't care about this at all, probably. You'll recognize that she just made a response to a viral tweet, and no, this will not follow
Like, who
her
are
VTuber
these
career
idiots?
for a great while. But as asked here, who are the controversial VTubers they're referring to? And they pointed out, it's Fillion and Pippa.
I don't know. Well, I know who
also-
Fillion is. I don't really care about her. Who the fuck is Pippa? And how the hell are they controversial? I'm not gonna go into all that. I'm not even like I'm not even gonna go into all of that. This whole situation, bro. How did we go from talking about somebody cheating on Battlefield 6 to all this other garbage, bro? Like, what the hell?
So they bring in Kirsha as well. Rent-free, as always, and that's the
They're
proof
terminated
that they
online.
basically deserve no benefit of the doubt because they associate with people this individual finds problematic. Okay. Here's another one saying, nice community you have there, bud. Every day I'm reminded that you flesh sacks have half your population more stupid
What?
than the median.
What is this?
Disgusting.
What are you
What is
yapping?
this
Who are
person
you
even
fighting?
saying? It's obviously hostile, but a bit unhinged. But of course, there are people who are not crazy about this situation. You see plenty
Bro,
of
this comment
VTubers
right here is literally it.
all
You
lined
got
up
nothing
right
to
here.
apologize for. It's an honest mistake. The people that instantly called to jump you and call you transphobic don't even care about you to begin with. Otherwise, they would know that you're one of the sweetest and most accepting kind of people there is. Like, exactly. These idiots don't even care in the first place. They're looking for somebody to hate on. That's all it is. The shit doesn't matter. Don't apologize. Nobody knew. Twitter is giga cringe. Don't let it get to you. Like, this is why I don't care about shit that goes on Twitter. Even though I'm on Twitter, I don't care. It's all a bunch of keyboard warriors. It's literally just a bunch of keyboard warriors. That's it. Why the hell am I gonna be? Why am I scared of a bunch of keyboard warriors who are gonna forget about this shit in a month? Like, bro, this whole situation exploded way out of proportion more than it already should. And I told you guys, I'm telling you, I know this isn't related to this topic. I'm telling you right now that when Hogwarts Legacy 2 drops, this is just going to get worse. The only difference is when these people try and go and do what they did the last time, they're going to get blasted. And some of them might even get arrested for trying to do what they did the last time, which would be the doxing, threatening family members, and all the other bullshit. This is why, once again, though, in general, like, nobody takes the trans community serious because this is the shit they do. This is just a small taste, by the way. This is the shit they do, though. I'm surprised I haven't seen any of the nonsense talking about doxing people and shit yet. Probably is out there, though. I wouldn't be surprised.
In the replies to Camilla's tweets, basically saying you have nothing to apologize for, and these people are looking for anything to try to dunk on and cancel someone, and that's pretty much what's going on here. This whole situation was...
Bro, the only thing that
mess,
should have been
to say
talked
the
about
least.
in this video is about the cheating. This whole nonsense talking about, oh, you're only hating about them because they're trans, bullshit. Like, I don't know why they do this every single time, without fail. There hasn't been a single time where somebody will get in a controversy, everybody will be talking about the controversy, and then one idiot will come out of nowhere talking about some, oh, you're only hating on this person because you're transphobic. And then it just turns the conversation into all this bullshit that nobody was talking about in the first place. Like, I will never get that. I will never get it, but that's the world we live in, isn't it? And that's just the world we live in for real. Or at least the world these people live in.
Trying to create issues anywhere they can to try to dunk on people on social media. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed
Jesus freaking Christ, man. This shit, holy fuck. Once again, my stance, especially after seeing the clips that I've been seeing, they're definitely cheating. You don't just snap from one player to another, and then you're shooting at a wall. And then you put your gun down and put it back up and shoot the guy right where he's standing in less than a fraction of a second. That's impossible. And once again, the dead giveaway in general is just the fact that you went, shot one guy, immediately snapped to the next guy who was standing behind a rock, shot the rock, moved to the side, and then immediately snapped back in a fraction of a second. That is impossible. That is impossible. Not even the pros are out there doing that shit, especially consistently. Because the one thing that's throwing everything off like this is he's doing this over and over and over and over again. This streamer. This isn't like just a one-time thing where it's like, oh, maybe they got one really good clip. No, this is consistent where they're just snapping to people. No delay, no having to adjust your mouse or anything. That's important. That even the most pro people who play on shooters, they gotta do at least some adjustment, bro. They gotta do some adjustment. Nobody just does that. But hey, we'll see how it goes. Once again, I think that this person is probably gonna get banned again when they get caught actually. Like, it's gonna be some blatant shit where they get caught actually cheating. And if I'm correct, during that clip where he was shooting at the wall, I'm pretty sure this streamer talked about how they were shooting through a wall or shooting at the wall. Like, they even called themselves out. Like, it's like, what are we doing out here? It's so blatant. But either way, I just want to talk about it because I found the whole thing interesting and also funny because you already, like, the whole transphobic bullshit, like, it got out of control way too damn fast, bro. The only thing that should have been talked about is the whole cheating aspect. But of course, because it just so happened that this streamer was trans, now the whole trans community got to go up in here and pull some bullshit out their ass. But hey, are we really surprised in the world of Twitter that they ain't trying to find out some way to cancel somebody? But hey, it is what it is. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know your guys' thoughts, all that good stuff. And that's pretty much going to be it.